You look good.
You too.
Thanks. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today I have a guest with me, which is my sister, and we're gonna go over kind of like a Q&A about our first capsule because we started a capsule wardrobe together, and I feel like we learned a lot.
Yeah.
And like a lot about ourselves and a lot about this process, and yeah, I figured it'd be kind of cool to get both people's perspectives, and we're going through this like journey together. We've committed, I think, to like a year of this.
I think so.
Alright, so let's just hop right into these questions here.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. What did you learn having your first capsule wardrobe?
You go first.
Whoa. What I learned having my capsule wardrobe is that in the past I wasn't shopping strategically in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I know our favorite activity was like, let's go to the mall. I mean, why
Yeah, that's
not,
what
you
we
know?
did to hang out.
And I would shop if I was bored or like uninspired, you know, like a long day at work, you're like, bleh, and then you just go shopping and buy a new shirt. And there wasn't any strategy to it, which I learned that about myself, to think like, if I'm in the mood for shopping for like a new top, am I really just feeling bored, or like what's the real reason that I'm like craving shopping right now?
Yeah. I feel like for me it's kind of the same. I thought I like didn't shop that much. Like I really didn't think I did shop that much. And then it was like, it's not that I physically went to a store or like the mall that often, but it'd be like, I'd be on Instagram and going through an Instagram store and they'd like tag their dress and I was like, that's cute. And then I'd end up in this like rabbit hole of internet shopping, and then like, I don't know, kind of like, oh, maybe I'll just add to the cart. I don't know. And then it's like, no, can't. And I don't know, I just realized how much I actually shopped, whether it was like in person or online, almost just like as a thing to do. Like I don't know. It was really, really eye-opening because I had a different perspective of who I was before this. Like I felt like I was much more minimal, and I'm like responsible with my money, so it's not like I was like racking up debt by any means, but it was more this like, yeah, it's like an emotional thing, or like something to do, or I don't know.
It's like bad habits, kind
Yeah.
of. We were like unhealthy shopping.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I feel like we've said this before, but we were like, our mom likes to shop and our dad just buys the things that he wants, so we were like kind of screwed.
He buys the best.
He just buys the best, and he's just like, well, I want this, I'll buy this, and I'm like, oh, and then mom likes to shop, so it's like, we're screwed.
Yeah. So we learned about our habits, but I feel like I learned a lot about my personal style too. And like being able to look at the clothes that I own and making sure that they reflect how I see myself.
Yeah.
Because in some ways I was dressing a little bit lazier than I wanted to be honest. Like, or maybe it was just like, it was just a lot of t-shirts and comfortable things, and I think we came right out of Minnesota winter and did spring right away, and we have lazier habits in the winter with how we dress.
Yeah, so it's like layer up, bundle up, just
and
like no one sees anything because you're like under your coat all the time.
Yeah. As spring came, I was like, man, I just want to dress a little nicer. But.
And you get a lot like itch to go and buy things in the spring because like a big change of
Right?
seasons too, where like spring to summer doesn't feel as drastic of a change, but like we in Minnesota look forward to spring like nobody's business. The winters get long, and it's like, good Lord, is it spring yet? So I don't know. I feel like it's also part of like the excitement of like the change of season to go shopping. For me, I realized, well, we both read that book. What was the book called?
Curated Closet?
The Curated Closet. The Curated Closet. And that was a really awesome book. If you're going to start a capsule, like read that book. It is so incredibly helpful. I didn't know that there was this thing like key pieces, or at least that's what she refers to it as. I think my wardrobe was made up of like basics, like super uber basics, and then like the fun, trendy statement pieces. So it's like I almost didn't have this like little bit of middle ground that left me with a lot of gaps in my wardrobe, where it's like pairing, I don't know, so my outfits became really redundant feeling. It was like basic, simple jeans with like a statement top, basic, simple jeans with a statement top. And it's like I didn't have those in-between things to really like style it further or get more use out of one item. I don't know, it just became like a two-piece outfit all the time for me.
Yeah.
And then I also learned that I need a cardigan.
Yeah.
I hate cardigans.
I know, you don't like them.
I'm short and they look stupid on me, I think, and I have yet to find a good-looking cardigan that's like not the really thin ones, but like the like a little bit chunkier.
Yeah. I feel like you need a cropped one.
Yeah.
Because you're shorter.
Yeah, it just makes me look like just short, and then I have bangs, so I feel very like, I don't know, elementary or something. Anyways.
We'll get you a good cardigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still on the hunt for that one. Have yet to find it. Kimberly came up with all these questions because she's awesome like that.
Thanks.
All right, question number 2. What did you like or dislike about the process? I'll start with this one.
Yeah, you start this time.
That I couldn't shop. I think we kind of already covered this. But I think it was like when we first started, I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of research before getting into the capsule wardrobe, but we followed people like Unfancy or Caroline Joy and like Allie Cherry, who has a capsule wardrobe, or did, and people like that. So it's like I kind of knew about it, but I didn't really know a lot of the principles for creating a capsule, which I found out later when reading that book about halfway through the process. Was I didn't like how like when we started our capsule, it was like a rush to like, oh my god, do I have enough things? I'm so nervous. I've never like restricted myself to a set number of pieces over a given amount of time and not shopped. It was like, it was a little bit scary for me, I guess, which sounds really dramatic for like clothes. But I think I don't know, sometimes it's a little difficult to predict what you'll need over the next like 3 months. And I feel like that's hard. And that's something I don't necessarily love about the process.
I feel like too, you're striving for perfection, which you feel the pressure to make like a perfect capsule.
Yeah. Plus we're like putting it on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not just like wearing these clothes and no one really knows what's going on. But like we decided to put on the internet, which I think is fun. And I'm excited and happy I did it. But it does feel like the pressure to like have a perfect capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you like about it? My dislike is the same, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did I like about it? I mean, I liked how it gave me such a different perspective of my clothes and wardrobe, and I think over time as we do this, it will truly impact my habits. Like that's what I really like about it, is like I can already see an evolution in my purchases. So, I really like that about it, that I think that it'll actually, the experiment will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I liked really dissecting my closet. Or like looking at it objectively. Before it was just like my clothes, you know? And I realized I own a lot of navy tops, or like I looked at it in a way where I would find patterns and see the gaps, where I just never thought of that before. So yeah.
Being able to like identify the gaps in your wardrobe, and then having the restraint, and like you have to not buy, and you have to really think about what you're going to buy. And I think it's made me better at purchasing. I won't buy something just because it's a good price or it like is almost there. Like if it's almost there, it's not there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get it then. Like I think that has really helped me too. It's like I am much more decisive about my purchases and less like flippant, because it's like it's on sale. It's cute. What place should we go next?
Number 3. How has the way you looked at clothes changed?
We'll alternate.
Yeah. I guess in the beginning, when you jump right in and it's kind of intimidating, like I have 30-some pieces for 3 months, are people going to notice that I'm wearing the same things over and over again? That's what I thought, and I started to realize that no one really notices. Like I don't notice what my coworkers wear that much. Like I would never notice if they wore the same outfit every week, or maybe I would, but if it became excessive. So I think I noticed that. I don't know. What about you? I'm blanking a little bit.
I feel like it's made me, like I was kind of saying, a lot more decisive about my purchases, and it also helped me figure out like what I need in a item. Like it's not just the look and style of it, it's like texture, it's the right proportions and cuts. And it made me realize like, so in making my capsule, I felt like I made a really large capsule because I had pieces I didn't really wear. Like I had like maybe 2 things I didn't even wear the entire time. And like identifying why I didn't like those, and realizing that I like keep the clothes because I spent money on them.
Yep.
And like there's that weird guilt of like getting rid of something when it's like perfectly fine and somebody would like this, I'm sure. So it's like hold on to it, but it doesn't work for me. And really kind of like fine tuning them, because I feel like I kind of had like a solid foundation of like what my personal style was, and you are still like exploring that. And so for me it was a bit more of like fine tuning what it is and like these specific items and features of a piece that really work within like my aesthetic in my capsule, and then like sticking to it. And it was like actually not that hard. Once I like had these down, it was like, well, why would I buy this if it didn't fit like these little, like this list of checks that I needed to have.
I had some things in my closet that were the type of things you think you should own, like a black pencil skirt, or I had this tight black dress, and just not my style at all. And so I agree.
Question number 4. What will you do differently for your next capsule? I'll have a smaller capsule. I had a ginormous capsule, and I think it was the fear of not having enough stuff. And like this was so foreign to me. Like I didn't feel like I had a crazy huge closet, but the idea of like really whittling it down to like 30 some pieces, I was like, whoa, including shoes? Chill.
Yeah.
Like, no. So I think I had like 40 pieces, and that didn't even include my shoes. So and then not using a handful of them in my capsule really made me realize that like I mean I think I had like 6 pairs of jeans, and I think I wore like 3 of them. And it made me realize that like I don't need this number, because I still end up only wearing a certain few, and then realizing why I only wear those few is because I like the fit, they're comfortable, and they look good. And I have a few that are like maybe like almost theirs, but then I never wear them. So I think I'll definitely do it differently in the sense of scaling down my capsule. And I really don't feel like a number, like I feel like you gotta make it work for you, and in the capsule world it's like what, 37 pieces or something like that, which I don't know. I'm not like gonna be like a strict, it's gonna look exactly the same every season, but I definitely know now that I can edit more. And then also I really want to, I've been learning more about like the ethics of fashion, and I would really like to start incorporating more like ethical, sustainable pieces into my wardrobe that hold up, because some of the pieces I got, like wearing them over 3 months, they like wither away. So, like, you can tell they're like wearing after 3 months, which is like, whoa.
Yeah. I popped 2 buttons on different clothes, and I have a hole in a 3rd shirt. Yeah.
Well, what brands were there? Like, were they straight up fast fashion pieces?
One of the buttons was a Madewell shirt, and it weirdly just like broke in half as I was like buttoning it. I don't know how. Like, and then the hole was right here, and it's just a thin shirt that I had from TJ Maxx, so that would be like just junky. It wore through fast. And then a button was on a skirt.
We don't talk about that one.
Whoops. It's since been fixed, so it's fine. It still fits, but you know, I had a moment.
That's too funny.
What I'll do differently with my next capsule, I think in my first one, I chose a lot of basics because I was like, oh my gosh, everything needs to work with everything else. And I had like very plain t-shirts with plain blue jeans and plain button-ups, and it just got really boring. And I think incorporating more things that feel like my style, I guess as I'm defining my style, that still go with things but have some like flair and personality.
Yeah, for sure.
What tips do you have for someone starting their first capsule?
I think don't let like perfection be the enemy of good enough. There's like that saying, and I feel like I sometimes, or like in the process, I was like so worried about this being like the perfect capsule, and like you say, like everything has to go with everything, or I'm never gonna have enough clothes to wear, and I'm never gonna know what to get ready in the morning. And so it's like, don't let yourself be held up by the idea of a perfect capsule or a number. Like if 40 pieces works for you, great. If 20 pieces works for you, great. Like do what you need for your lifestyle, your like geographical location, and your personal style.
Yeah, I think my tips are along the same thing of don't follow strict rules in some cases if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I, for example, wore a shirt that I owned, but it wasn't in my capsule, and I was just going crazy, and it was red and had all this print all over it, and I was just like, I felt like I broke free for a minute from my boring stuff, and I wore it one day, and it felt like I was like, I'm cheating on my capsule, I shouldn't be doing this, but I mean, it takes the fun out of it if you're too hard on yourself or strict, and like we're still learning, even if we cheated here and there and like pulled from the back of our closet that wasn't in our capsule. Yeah. And weather changes, so like if I mean, life happens. So.
Yeah, like we're in Minnesota here, and it was like what, like 85 like last weekend, and now it's like freezing, rainy, and cold. It sucks. I think it's like also like just doing it. Like you kind of just have to jump in and do it, and like also kind of keep a mantra or like maybe why you started in your head, or you could write it down or whatever of like, I'm doing a capsule because this. You know, if it's just, I'm going to do a capsule because it sounds like a fun, cool, trendy thing to do. Like, know, like, why you're doing it. Like, for me, it was, like, you know, kind of, like, chilling out on my shopping habit. Even if I wasn't buying, but, like, that was way too much a part of my life. Like, the time spent shopping, which I still feel like I am, like, very much weaning off of.
Maybe don't... Like, as you look at your closet, if it feels like you're missing a ton of things, don't go out and, like, buy all of them all at once, because that I sometimes have the craving to do, and it's...
Again, that, like, idea of perfection.
Yeah.
Again, it, like, kind of comes back to that.
And it's against, like, the point that we're doing this. Like, we're not doing it to recycle and upgrade everything. It's, like, to get good use out of what we own, and then, like, as we go through things, replace them with things that are better. And made more responsibly and more our style. So don't just get rid of things because you hate everything, you know?
Yeah. And like rushing to the end.
Yeah.
You know, like rushing to the finished product. Like there's a reason people do these capsule things for like a year, because it takes time and money.
Yeah.
Not to mention money. Like it's not like money just comes out of, you know, clothes arrive at your door. They do, but you pay for them.
Yes.
So yeah. I think that's about it. So thank you, Kimberly, for being on my YouTube channel. Kimberly a lot of times helps me with a lot of my videos, so thank you.
Of course.
If you aren't already following my sister, you can follow her on Instagram at Cottonwood. I'll put it up here. Or you can follow her blog. She's been like chronicling her capsule wardrobe and posting like outfit photos as well, which I really should probably start doing a little bit more. And you should also go follow her on YouTube. She like needs to resurrect her YouTube channel, so just go follow her and make her start up again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be my like how I store my clothes, like a mini closet tour, and kind of like a bit of my process of changing over from season to season. Even though this is my first time doing it season to season, I'm just gonna do it.
Jump right in.
Jump right in.
Tip.
Yep. All right. Well, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Cheers.
Cheers. We did it.
Yay.
We didn't even really drink these.
I didn't, because it's so pulpy that they kept getting stuck on my lip, and I was like, yeah, they like dangle, I feel like. See?
Oh yeah, that looks like a booger on your lip or something.
That's
weird.
why I tried to stop drinking it.
No, should have gotten you a straw.
The pulp's my favorite part, though.
Chug it. Just kidding.
No.
All right, it's 10 a.m. No.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, it's like 1. We did it.
Yay.